I want to thank you for joining me today. And before we get started, as always, all messages that are released on this channel are my truth. And that is exactly what it is and what it always will be. And that is my truth. Now, my truth consists of a bunch of experiences that I gained clarity from, which ultimately took me back to the real me, which is truth. Now, when I try to convince you that my truth is the gospel, however, my truth is the gospel for me. That does not make it the gospel for you, nor will I ever try to make it the gospel for you. By me being on this platform, I am simply placing breadcrumbs on a path that I've already walked. Now, you find yourself on a similar path and you resonate with said breadcrumbs and you say, you know what, I like that. I want to follow that. And that's cool. If not, that is cool as well. My purpose is to assist those who are ready to get out of their own way. So let's get right into it. All right. So I wanted to hop on and do a part 2 to the last message that I put out, because this is extremely important as far as advancing on your journey. This is extremely important. So I wanted to put out a second part to that message, and basically the balance. So we'll dive into it a little bit deeper. So if you look on the screen, there's a motorcycle, and there are 2 sidecars on this motorcycle, okay? So as you can see, the motorcycle is in the center of these 2 sidecars, representing balance. You have on the left sidecar, that's your feminine energy. And the right sidecar is your masculine energy. So you can see that both sidecars have their own little steering wheels, right? So you can very well hop in your masculine sidecar and drive, but look how far you are from that left sidecar. So when you're making left-hand turns, let's say, you might clip the curb with that left sidecar. That's because you're making unbalanced choices. So energy is give and take. So you're sacrificing something. It just matters, what are you sacrificing when you're making unbalanced choices? So if you're making choices strictly from your masculine energy and you're negating all things associated with your feminine energy, you're sacrificing something. You just don't know what you're sacrificing. The vice versa is true. So you have to make balanced choices. You want to balance your energy. That's how you make balanced choices. So as I said before in the last message, you can drive in that sidecar, sure, but you're driving, look at it like this. Together, if you're driving on the motorcycle itself, right in the center, now you're driving on all 8 cylinders. If you choose to drive in that masculine sidecar, then you're driving on 4 cylinders. You choose to drive in that just your feminine energy, you're driving on 4 cylinders. You want your full capacity, your full potential, you must be balanced. You must ride on that motorcycle. That is how you drive on all 8 cylinders. That's how you are perfectly balanced. That's how it's in the middle, the midst. It's about balance. Carl Jung once said, every man carries within him the eternal image of a woman, and every woman carries within her the image of a man. So that's your feminine, your anima, your masculine, animus. We all have the same energies within us. Stop getting confused by the separation of these energies, of us being in separate bodies. That's the trick of it. We're in separate bodies, but it's not the body. It's the energies that are flowing through the bodies that you need to pay attention to. The bodies are nothing more than the vessel. Something for you to get around in, and you're able to navigate this experience, feel things, and so forth. Plato, in the Symposium, he said, each one of us is but half a person, cut into, and the desire and pursuit of the whole is called love. So a lot of these old philosophers and mystics would talk about same thing, like I said, back in the day, how it was just one energy. Then we were split into 2. And now you're trying to rejoin these two energies that were split a long time ago. This is where the whole soulmate and all this other stuff came from. Because you're trying to reunite those energies. That's all you're doing. Reuniting your masculine and your feminine energy, your light and your dark. It's all about being balanced and centered. Like I said, you have both energies within you. Your objective is to master those energies. So once again, you can drive on all 8 cylinders. So what does it look like when you've mastered your masculine energy? The mind and how you move, your feminine energy. You master your emotions and how you feel. So if you're a female, right? And you're trying to balance that masculine energy. So that would be if you're a female and you're trying to control every situation or relationship that you're in because you don't want to be heard and this, that, and the other, that's masculine energy. You need to heal that masculine portion of you. If you're hyper independence, we already talked about this in the last message too. Hyper independence, that is masculine energy. You're unhealed in that masculine aspect. If you're a man, the biggest thing, of course, easy, emotions. If you're suppressing your emotions every time something goes wrong or you get this feeling, it's because you don't know how to process. We wasn't taught how to process our emotions. So this is the biggest thing for men, is to balance that feminine energy, because you were taught basically that that's going to make you weak, when it's the exact opposite. Balancing your energies make you strong, extremely strong. I was heavily in my masculine energy. Then I had to balance those unhealed feminine aspects, which in turn made me more powerful. It does not make me crave men. It doesn't make you feminine at all. It's a part of you. You're just acknowledging those parts that you neglected. That's it. I have no desire to be with a man at all. I am a lot stronger because I've balanced my energies. And that's all it's about. It's about balancing your energies. So obviously we have different aspects of us as far as being a man and being a woman, but it's the energies that are flowing through us. That is what it is. It's not something only a man can do this, only a woman. No, it's the energies. We have access to both energies that the other person has access to. Women have masculine traits: leadership, strength, protection, direction, focus, action. These are masculine traits. But guess what? A woman can do all of those things. Female traits: nurturing, compassion, comfort, intuition, receptivity, creativity. A man has access to these traits as well. Now, one of the things you hear, woman's intuition. There is no such thing. It's intuition is linked to the feminine energy. Stop trying to stake claim on energies. Men does not own the rights to any of masculine energies. Women can access all those energies. And the same thing goes for the females, the men. Men and women access both energies. So it's not a woman's intuition. My intuition is on point because I've balanced and I now process the feminine energy that flows through me. You don't have access to that intuition if you're not tapping into your feminine energy. Naturally, as a woman, you're in a woman's body, you're automatically tapped right into your intuition. But it's not exclusively to women. No, it's a part of that feminine energy. Stop confusing these bodies. We are in separate bodies now, but we still have access to the same energies, masculine, feminine. The whole purpose is for you to transcend that internal division. Because they, as within, so without. So what they did was they separated you visually on the outside. Now you're in a man's body, a woman's body. So now that division that you see, it now reflected on the inside. Because now you're separate on the inside as well. When you should be trying to return to your unified self. Genesis 2:24, it goes into two shall become one flesh. Now, in there specifically, it's going to say husband and wife, but it's still the same masculine, feminine energy. It is telling you deeper than what it's saying in those words. When those two become one. I believe it was the Book of Thomas, verse 22, I believe it is, talks about how Jesus was talking about the masculine and the feminine energy. And it's like when you make the two one and make the inside like the outside like the inside, the above like the below, you make the male like the female, be one and the same, so that the male may not be male and the female may not be female. When you make eyes in the place of an eye and hand in the place of a foot, the image of the image, then you will enter into the kingdom of heaven. When you make all of these opposites one, that's what that whole verse is saying. It's saying, make it, if you notice, it's saying all these different opposites. Don't make them opposites. They're just one thing. Like I said before in another message, you don't walk up to anyone and say, hey, can I borrow a tails? Can I borrow a heads? No, you ask for a quarter. The image of the front and the image of the back are completely different images. Not the same at all. But it's one coin. It's a quarter. It's one. Separate images, but it's one. Yin, yang. Separate, light, dark, but it's one. Masculine, feminine, but it's one. It's one energy being expressed in this body, which just happens to be either a male body or a female body. But you are expressing one energy in that body. And that's what it's about. Now I will say this, when you do balance your energies, if you found dating hard before, I will tell you this, it's going to be even more harder afterwards, but you're balanced. What I was searching for prior to being balanced was that love, because I never experienced that love that I put out. So it was that love that I was craving. But then when I balanced my energy, that love is within me. I'm balancing the portions that I'm missing, healing those feminine aspects that I'm longing for. Once you heal those aspects, then I'm no longer longing for those things. Now, I'm patient. When that love that I know I need and deserve comes along, then I will be ready. I've been celibate for 3.5 years. And it will continue until I find that right person. Why? Because my energies are balanced. I'm not looking for anyone to complete me. I'm already complete. So when that right female comes into my life, we will enhance each other's lives, because she will be balanced as well. If not, then she's not for me. So balance your energies. Get back to your true version. You're not a man. You're not a woman. Your energy. That's all you are. Pure energy. Galatians 3:28. There is neither Jew nor Greek. There is neither bond nor free. There is neither male nor female, for ye are all one in Christ Jesus. It's only one energy. There is only one energy. When it's all said and done, do your own research. You can only track down one energy, which means we all come from the same energy, but being expressed in different ways. That's it. And I'm going to leave it there. And as always, if you got anything out of this message, I actually use like, subscribe, and I would definitely check you in the next one.